Alright, so welcome to this I hate it. Welcome to this late Cinco de Mayo episode of something new I'm going to start where I make art and show you my process. So, first, for this Cinco de Mayo, we're going to take this image. I'm taking this image. You can take whatever image you want, I don't care. But I'm going to show you. I copy and pasted this image into a program called Krita, and that is right here. So I'm going to adjust this to fit it right now, and I will also just kind of get rid of things I don't want in the picture, like this little watermark. I'm not stealing, it's fine. So, let's see. And so a good way to do this is you're going to use this tool over here. It looks like a little box with dots on it, and shift so that it doesn't get all distorted. You're going to fill your page with the image while pressing shift. Alright, so then we've got it nice and cropped for our image. Now we're going to go ahead and take out this little words right here. We don't want these words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my opacity down real low, and I'm going to use this eyedrop tool to find kind of the colors that go into this picture. Colors that are going into the background behind the words specifically. So, and then I'll come through with my paintbrush, and I'm going to cover up parts of it slowly, surely, using different colors or different shading areas. So right here I'm going to be using that, and I can actually kind of bring up my opacity a little bit from that, kind of cover it in splotchy at first, and then you're going to take kind of the same kind of colors around the word. So for this one, I'm going to want to bring that shadow color, bring it back around here. And of course there's a lot of texture going on in this background, but we can kind of fill that in as we go. So for that kind of stuff, I'm going to make my paintbrush a lot smaller, and my opacity way up. I'm going to take some different samples and use my paintbrush to fill in some of the stuff that's way too dark. Kind of around, I don't like that. Let's see, make it bigger maybe, around the edge. Blend. That looks a little bit better. Not quite what I want yet. We can work on that a little bit more. Alright, so for this section, I'm gonna do that. Right, so we're gonna kind of shade in our shadows here. I don't like those there. But if I take samples from wherever it is, I can blend in all of it. And wherever you need to add a different color where it doesn't quite look right, go in and take it with your eyedropper. It's starting to look a little better. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not trying to make this look perfect. It's more of a funny thing than perfect. Alright, now I'm going to go through with one color to kind of tone it down. A lot bigger size brush. Very, very light opacity. Just kind of go through the entire image. All around. So that it all kind of looks the same. Not what I wanted. Alright, let's see. So I'll make it a lot bigger here. Let's see, bring down the opacity a bunch. And we can come through here and erase very slightly. Just kind of go through here. No, we don't want to do that. Alright, so there we have, that's pretty good. That's about as good as I need it to be. There's other ways you can do it better. That's the way I'm going to do it today. So I'm just going to fill in this spot a little bit more. Nah. Okay, we're good with that. Alright, next step. I found, so we have our mayo. That's perfect for me. I'm good with this. This looks like mayo. Next up, I'm going to take the image I got from Google, come over here, sinking ship, copy and paste it into my Krita file, and I'm going to move it upwards so that it's on top, all the way up there. Okay, so it's not quite sized yet, but that's okay, because first of all, we need to take the ship out. Ship needs to get out of there. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to crop around it. Using this tool, I like this tool because it gives you a lot of angles, we're just going to do a very rough cut all the way around. We can make it look better in just a bit. Really close there. I'm going to get around this boat too. I like this boat kind of in the foreground of the image. Okay. So I'm going to Control C, and then I'm going to Control V, deselect by using the box because I'm lazy. And then we have our boat. Now we need to resize that. So we're going to come back to this box. We're going to make it a lot smaller. So Shift, and we're going to put it right on our mayonnaise sandwich. A little bit smaller. Okay, now, there's still water in our picture, so we're going to come in here. We're going to fix that up quite a bit. This takes a little while, but we can do it. No problem. We're going to use our eraser, and we're going to bring up our opacity a little bit. We're going to get in really tight. We're really, really going to pay attention to the stuff we want to have. So I actually don't need these rows. I don't want these rows. The oars. I don't know. Whatever you call them. So I'm going to get rid of those. Way up high. When I come around here, the water is going to start to turn lighter, just because I'm taking out the entirety of the water. I don't need that boat. Don't need it. And as I come back over the edges, I'm going to smooth it out just with my eraser. Just kind of go over the edges again and again. And that's why I use the low opacity. So I can kind of get around the different textures. Keep some of the textures from the water in there. Yeah. So then, for this, boat is reflecting. We're just going to take out those reflections. Get close on that corner. Okay, we'll clean up that a little bit. Not too bad. Alright, so I've sectioned off what I want of that with my eraser, and now I can make my eraser much bigger and come back through full opacity. Okay, for this, I'm going to cheat a little bit of that off. Now I'm going to come back with my opacity. Lower just the edge. Like over here. Okay, now we've got some black to deal with. So we're just going to bring down our opacity and make it a lot smaller so we deal with that. Let's see. Totally your best friend. And you're going to come back with full opacity. Just carefully on those. Come back lower. Clean this up. Alright. You're just going to go around like that, kind of cleaning it up as you go. And it's okay because it has a lot of texture in the picture anyways. So it'll look like a sinking ship. Alright. Opacity. Go over it. Easy, easy. Too close. Size. Now, boom, boom. Alright, so we're almost done. Just come in here and clean this up. Very close to 100 is what you want at this point. Probably get a smaller brush. Let's see. And you go. So, there is our image. I'm just going to add a little bit of text. So I always like to spell check on Google. Second May. Alright, so now in Krita, you can easily go to the text option. You're going to drag. And in here, you're going to type what you want it to say. And you can take a look at the different types of things. It's going to come up in here. So we've got Cinco De Mayo. And we're going to want that to be bigger. We'll actually read it. So I'll go up to 20. See how that sees. Looks. We'll go with a darker blue, bold. We'll change our Cinco De Mayo. Alright, let's take a look. So it's pretty good. Now let's see, on my mayo container, I want it to be kind of a white lettering, blue. Okay, so we want white. We want white. Okay, no worries. Yeah, save that. Okay, good. Okay, a little bit bolder. Change up the font. Oh, that's something kind of blocky. Not that. Yes. I want the Britannic mold. Very good. Okay. Good. We have that. Now, we're going to form that to my over here, but first, I've got to add a new layer. I'm going to use this tool. I'm going to make it look similar to a title on the outside of my mayo jar. Just going to kind of wrap it around it like it's on the jar itself. Then I'm going to go back to my reference. It's going to be blue and yellow around it. Okay, so we want maybe that kind of blue. Use my fill tool right here. Looks good. And bring down the opacity a little bit. Good. And then, because we get the shine through, we want after that make a new layer. I'm going to place it on top for now. Wrong tool. Place it on top of the jar. And I'm going to fill that with a yellow. Yellow. Yeah. And then it looks a little weird right now because it looks green. But if we put that on top of there, golden. Alright, now, here's the weird part about the text. I'm going to go back to our vector layer. And what we want to do is we're going to shape. Oh! So we're going to shape it. No. Shape our vector. Right. What I'm looking for, okay, here we go. And this vector is going to be on top of everything else. So we got this. And I'm going to kind of place it so it fits in there. Alright. Boom. Okay, cool. So, now we've got our Cinco de Mayo. So happy Cinco de Mayo. There's my image. I know it's a little late. It being the day after Cinco de Mayo. But here it is. Alright, thanks for watching.